Look, let's be honest for a second. You're probably watching this because you feel like you're rotting. You're in your 20s. The world is telling you these are supposed to be the best years of your life, but you spend most of your time fighting your own brain. You have this image of the person you want to be, the person who wakes up early, crushes their work, gets in incredible shape, and actually has their life together. But then the reality of doing the work hits you and you fold. You choose the scroll, the snack, and the sleep in every single time. Most people will tell you that the reason you can't do hard things is because you lack discipline or you don't have enough passion. But that's a very shallow way of looking at it. Discipline isn't a personality trait you're born with. It's a neurological state you build. Think about Bruce Wayne. We all know the story. No superpowers, just a man. But he mastered over 120 different disciplines. He pushed his body to the point where he could fight for hours, and he trained his mind to solve the most complex crimes in the world. He didn't do that because he felt like it. He did it because he fundamentally rewired how his brain perceives effort. He turned hard into his default setting. Today, I'm going to show you how to do the same thing using the Batman method. We're going to stop trying to force ourselves to be better and start changing the way our brains are actually wired to handle the struggle. Phase 1. The fear toxin. In the Batman lore, there's this villain named Scarecrow. He uses a gas that makes people see their absolute worst nightmares. Most people are paralyzed by it, but Batman, he developed an antidote. He didn't just find a cure, he actually microdosed himself with the toxin over and over again to build up a permanent immunity. Your fear toxin is comfort. Your brain is currently addicted to the path of least resistance. Evolutionarily, your brain thinks that saving energy is the key to survival. So when you think about sitting down to study or going for a run, your brain literally sends out a stress signal. It feels like a threat because it's hard. If you want to enjoy doing hard things, you have to stop running from that stress signal and start microdosing it. You need to realize that every time you choose the easy path, you are making the toxin stronger. You are making your brain more fragile. The way you build the antidote is by looking for voluntary friction. Don't start with a 3-hour deep work session. Start by doing one thing every single morning that you absolutely do not want to do. It could be taking a 30-second cold shower, it could be doing 20 push-ups as soon as you roll out of bed, or it could be sitting in a chair for 5 minutes without looking at your phone. When you do this, you're training your prefrontal cortex, the Batman part of your brain, to override your limbic system, which is the monkey part of your brain that just wants snacks and safety. You're showing your brain that discomfort isn't a threat, it's just a sensation. Once you build up that immunity, the hard work doesn't feel like a nightmare anymore. It just feels like something you do. Phase 2. The forensic loop. Batman isn't just a fighter, he's the world's greatest detective. If you watch him in the Batcave, he's not grinding through paperwork because he has to. He's obsessed with solving the puzzle. He looks at a crime scene and sees a mystery that needs to be unraveled. The reason you hate doing hard things is that you see them as a chore, not a challenge. You see studying as a boring task you have to finish. Batman sees forensics as a game he has to win. If you want to rewire your brain, you have to start using the forensic loop. This means turning every hard task into a data-driven investigation. Stop saying, "I have to work on my business." Start saying, "I am investigating why this specific marketing strategy isn't working." When you frame it as an investigation, your brain switches from avoidance mode to curiosity mode. Curiosity is one of the most powerful ways to trigger dopamine without needing a screen. Your brain actually loves the aha moment of solving a problem. If you're at the gym and you hate it, stop just lifting weights and start investigating your own biology. Track your heart rate. Look at your form in the mirror like you're analyzing combat footage, and try to solve the puzzle of how to get one more rep than last time. When you gamify the struggle and treat it like a detective solving a case, the hard thing becomes an addiction because you're constantly hunting for that next piece of evidence that you're improving. Phase 3. The Cowl. There's a reason Bruce Wayne puts on a suit. He said it himself. It's not who I am underneath, but what I do that defines me. When he's just Bruce, he's a man with a lot of trauma, someone who gets tired and lonely. But when he puts on the cowl, he becomes a symbol. The symbol doesn't get tired. The symbol doesn't care about feelings. The symbol has a mission. Most of you are trying to do hard things as yourself. You're trying to work while your brain is telling you, "I'm tired," or "I'm not in the mood." The problem is that you You have a history of being lazy. You have a history of quitting. You need to create an identity shift. You need your own version of the Cowl. This isn't some fake it until you make it advice. It's a psychological tool called the alter ego effect. You need a physical trigger that tells your brain, the version of me that procrastinates is now offline. Maybe it's a specific pair of headphones you only wear when you're doing deep work. Maybe it's a specific desk or even a specific shirt. When you engage that trigger, you aren't trying to work anymore. You are the version of yourself that does the work. You stop negotiating with yourself. Batman doesn't stand on a rooftop and wonder if he's motivated enough to stop a crime. He just does it because that's what the symbol does. When you stop making work a debate and start making it an identity, the friction disappears. Phase 4, the 80-20 detective. A huge part of why Batman is so effective is that he doesn't waste energy. He doesn't go around punching every single low-level criminal in Gotham. He goes for the leaders, the systems, and the high-leverage points. He uses the 80-20 rule to master skills at a superhuman pace. A lot of the reason you find hard things boring or painful is because you're doing too much busy work. You're spending hours on things that don't actually give you a result. Your brain hates that. Your brain wants to see progress. To rewire your brain to enjoy the hard stuff, you have to become a detective of your own efficiency. What are the 20% of actions that are going to give you 80% of the results? If you're trying to get fit, stop worrying about every single supplement and just focus on the big compound lifts in your protein intake. If you're starting a business, stop obsessing over your logo and start talking to potential customers. When you focus only on the high leverage tasks, you start seeing results much faster. And here is the secret. Results are the ultimate dopamine hit. When you see your body changing or your bank account growing, your brain starts to associate the hard work with the win. Suddenly, you don't have to push yourself to work hard. You're pulled toward the work because you're addicted to the progress. Phase 5, the audit. Every night after the mission is over, Batman goes back to the Batcave. He doesn't just go to sleep, he sits at the computer and reviews the footage. He looks at where he was slow, where he made a mistake, and how he can improve for tomorrow. He performs an audit. Most people in their 20s are just floating. One day blurs into the next, and they wonder why they aren't getting better. If you want to rewire your brain, you have to become obsessed with the data of your own life. At the end of every day, I want you to look at your failures. Why did you skip the gym? Why did you scroll on your phone for 3 hours? Don't get emotional about it. Batman doesn't get sad when he loses a fight. He just figures out how to win the next one. Maybe you scrolled because your phone was on your desk. Okay, the solution is simple. Tomorrow, the phone stays in another room. Maybe you skipped the gym because you didn't have your clothes ready. Solution: pack the bag tonight. You are building a system that makes the hard thing the easiest path to take. You're removing the friction until the only thing left to do is the work. Being in your 20s is like being the young Bruce Wayne right after his parents were taken away. You're lost, you're angry, and you feel like the world is just one big chaotic mess. You can either let that chaos consume you or you can use it to build something legendary. Rewiring your brain isn't about becoming a robot. It's about becoming a master of your own biology. It's about realizing that hard is where the growth is and comfort is where the decay is. When you start to microdose discomfort, investigate your problems like a detective, shift your identity, focus on efficiency, and audit your progress. You stop being a victim of your own laziness. You aren't born Batman, you build him, one difficult choice at a time. The climb is hard, but the view from the top is worth it. If you're ready to actually implement the daily system that makes all of this possible, you need to check out my video on the Bat Cycle daily routine. It's the tactical breakdown of how to manage your energy so you never burn out on the mission. Go watch that now, and I'll see you there.